Viking Mines continues to enjoy huge success driving their tungsten Linka project forward. Here to tell me all about it is the Managing Director, Julian Woodcock. Julian, it's a pleasure to see you again. How are you?
I'm great, Shay. It's great to be here again as usual.
Now, we've got a lot of announcements out this week, so let's kick back to the one that came out on the 31st of March, and I'm going to look at my notes for this. I noticed there was over a 5,000% increase through cleaner gravity separation test work. Mate, what does that even mean?
Yeah, so it's a good question. The crux of this test work is taking the sample that we collected from the Linka pit, crushing it down, grinding it, and then running it through simple gravity separation. So this is just using the density of the scheelite because it's heavier to separate it from the other minerals. And our viewers may recall that a few weeks ago we did the rougher test work and we got a 16-fold or 1600% uplift in the grade to 20-something%. But then we embark on the cleaner stage, which is to get us to a marketable grade. And we've had some great success. We've delivered a scheelite concentrate running 63.6%. And as you note, that's a 5,300% uplift from the feed grade of 1 and a bit percent. So it's really been a great outcome, and it demonstrates that we can produce marketable, saleable concentrate grades from the feed that we've provided into the test work.
Now, I know this is one of several steps in working on the flow sheet. What's sort of one of the next one that you're going to be working on?
Yeah, I'm really glad you asked that. So the key thing here is the gravity is really like taking the cream off the crop. It's the first step, simple, easy. You just take the best that we can out of it. But there's still more scheelite to be recovered from the tailings that comes off the gravity step. So what we do with that, we put it through what's called a flotation circuit. This is where we put it into these tanks and some chemicals get added, and then the scheelite floats up to the top and we take it off. Now, again, as with the gravity, first you do a rougher test, and we've had success with the rougher test. We've recovered a further 37, 38% of the scheelite into the flotation concentrate, and we're currently going through that cleaning step. And the goal of the cleaning step is to get it up to that marketable grade. So that's the second part that we're now well underway with.
As I said earlier, there's been a lot of news out this week. Let's take a look at the announcement that came out on the 2nd of April. There's several dot points here of what you're working on at the Linka project. What are some of the key highlights that you're going to be working on over the next couple of months?
Yeah, there's probably too much for me to list in this interview, but I really encourage the viewers to go and look at that announcement. There's a hell of a lot of activity being undertaken. Look, we've got technical work streams, so we mentioned the metallurgy. We are working up to submitting our notice of intent. We're producing a 3D geological model that will feed into the targeting for the drilling. That's going to culminate in our objective of drilling within the June quarter. There'll be subsequently assays from that work. We've got plans afoot to undertake sampling activities on the tailings dam. So the old tailings from the 1950s production. We'll be taking samples through there, ascertaining what mineralization is left in the tailings. We're looking at processing that through a metallurgical test work. We've got baseline studies underway for the purpose of collecting data. And then we've got some corporate activities. So we're currently in the process of finalizing a listing on the OTC markets in the USA, which will give us exposure to the North American investors. And we're starting the application process for the DIBC, the Defense Industrial Base Consortium, which is a group in the US which the Pentagon reached out to, and they recently reached out to request tungsten as a critical mineral. So we fit nicely into that category.
Listen, Julian, there is some incredible momentum here for Viking Mines. I cannot wait to see what the next update brings. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks again, Shane.